Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our final interview of the day right here on Mid-Morning. And we're going to be talking to the lovely Farah-Dinah Ismail. She's an author with a passion for writing that inspires and uplifts. She's also written, she's had her first edition of Soulful Sentiments, which has been in publication and has been around for a while. But let's talk to her about something very important. That's a book that she has written. It's going to be launched in the middle of January of next year. Let's talk about the inspiration behind the book and why it's important that we talk about the book at this point in time. It is the 16 days of no violence against women and children. We are all observing the issues around GBV. And I think it's not only us here in South Africa, I think the whole world is ablaze with remembering victims of GBV and now finally talking out very, very loudly, perhaps even screaming that the abuse must end. It's got to end, and right now. Farah-Dinah Ismail, Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. What a wonderful pleasure to have you here.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah so much for having me. It's lovely to see you again.
Likewise. Congratulations on your book. Now, I see we are, we've got a tag under your name saying author of Soulful Sentiments, but that's not the name of the book. Am I right?
That's correct. The new book that's coming out is called Beyond Her Silence.
Wow. I think the title speaks volumes.
It does, for sure. I think it's something we, and myself and the other co-writers of this book, because it is a book of short stories, we decided, we had a poll, we looked at quite a few titles, but I think this one really stood out.
Okay, so you allude to a few other women who were involved in writing the book, in sharing their stories, I should imagine. How did this all start up and how did this collaboration come together?
I've always wanted to do a book highlighting women's stories. I think it's such an important a factor in our society that women need to be heard. You know, we need to unpack our stories and be able to tell them. It started off with a collaboration with Muslim friends. Of course, we were on your show, on one of the other shows before. And we had a meetup where women could tell their stories, sort of a safe space, so to speak. And from there, I started putting the wheels in motion to get this book started.
How many women were involved in this collaboration?
There are 10 women involved. There's 11 stories altogether, or I should say, 10 women, I think, and 11 stories. It doesn't add up the maths, I know, but I think one woman wrote 2 stories. So
Okay. Why is it important that these stories are heard? And I also know that there are one or two of the women who are involved in this collaboration who are very happy to go public, and even go on media to share their journey. I'm kind of wondering, why do you believe it was very important for them? And what do you believe their storytelling is going to inspire in other women?
I think it's important for them because whether you talk about it or you write it down, it's part of the healing process, especially if you see it in black and white. You know, I spoke about this with my previous book with Soulful Sentiments, seeing things in black and white and actually reading them. Yeah, so it is an important factor for them to be able to talk about it. A couple of them are happy to tell the stories, yes, on a media outlet. And I think it's for them, sharing it, I think, would help other women. Sharing our stories, I think, will always help other women going through something similar. And when this book does come out, each story has a little footnote at the bottom, giving advice to somebody who's going through something similar. And I think that's important. You know, women need to hear that other women are going through something, that they've managed to come through it, or the tools that they used to get through whatever they were going through. And I think it will help. It's a book that will help. And I hope, inshallah, it'll be one of many, that there will be more women that come forward and want to tell their stories too.
Inshallah. I kind of also think about the perpetrators. Should they lay their hands on the book? What sort of reaction are we going to get from them if they do get down to reading the books? And families of the perpetrators. And I'm kind of wondering what sort of narratives they will come up with to push back on these stories. Have you
Yeah, to
thought about
counteract
that type of reaction?
it. Yeah, to counteract it, I guess. But a lot of the women have chosen to write anonymously, obviously for their own personal reasons, or to use a pseudonym. And a lot of the stories they're not all doom and gloom stories. There are some very uplifting stories as well. Women go through a myriad of emotions and events in their lives. So I think it's quite a nice mixture. And I think readers will enjoy it and, inshallah, derive some benefit from it.
So, Farah, I'm trying to, you spoke about 10 women writing stories. Were they assisted in, putting pen to paper or helping them with their narratives? Because we're not all
Mm.
storytellers. We all have
Mm.
stories within
Well,
us,
that's
but we are
it.
not all storytellers. So, did
Yeah.
you assist in the process of the narratives?
I did assist with some of the women. I helped them and, wrote some of the paragraphs for them. I edited the entire book before it went to the publisher. And the publisher is obviously doing his own set of edits as well. So, yeah, I tried to help wherever I could. I offered my help. Yes, you're right. We're not all writers. We don't know always how to put things into words. So I think just being there to be able to help them it was literally my honor to be able to put their stories onto paper.
How has it changed your outlook on, and we are into the 16 days of
Mhm.
the
Yes,
awareness around GBV issues and the
yes,
activism? It should be, this should be an ongoing,
it's true. Mhm.
yeah, not just 16 days at the end of the year, but be that as it may, it still does serve a purpose.
Yeah.
How has it changed things for you? Your, perspective on GBV issues, the struggles that women are going through, and perhaps just not having support
Mhm.
to get them through the darkest days of their
Yes,
lives.
yeah. I think we do need more assistance for these women that are going through whatever they're going through. But I honestly feel there's so many brave and courageous women out there. Just listening to their stories, you try and put yourself in their shoes and wonder if you can actually go through what they've been through. It's just absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think we definitely need more help. My aim after this book is to have more of our meet up and greet sessions, women for women, probably once a month, once every 2 months. A safe space where women can talk, because when you share your story, I think it's a lot of it's a lot of burden relief from you. You're able to de-stress, you're able to listen to what other women think, they can give you advice. It really does help. So that would be my aim, and I think that would help as well. We need spaces to be able to talk.
Okay, it is time for us to take a break. Let's do that and come back and talk some more with the lovely Farah-Dinah Ismail, author of the book. Well, obviously, it's a collaboration with Farah and a few other women. And the title of the book is Beyond Her Silence. Welcome back. We're talking with Farah-Dinah Ismail. She's an author, and we're talking about her collaboration with 10 other women on a book called Beyond Her Silence. The book launch is set for the 17th of January, and she's now working on the second edition of Soulful Sentiments. But let's talk some more on Beyond Her Silence, and then we can move on to talk about her other ventures. Welcome back. What more do we need to know about the book? I have talked about the book launch. Can you tell us where it's being held? And is it an invitation only affair or is it going to be open to everyone?
It's taking place on the 17th of January at the Barefoot Facilitator in Melville. It's a lovely setting, totally beautiful with lots of trees and very open. Um, it's not by invitation only, anybody can come, but we will try and ask for RSVPs by a certain date, purely just for catering purposes and numbers, because it can only hold so many people as well.
Okay, so was this self-published, Farah, or did you
No,
actually?
I'm going through a publisher this route because the journey I took with Soulful Sentiments was quite a painful one. So this time I decided to go with a publisher. It actually will be out, I think, around the 15th of December. They've promised me. It should be on Amazon by the 15th of December, and I think on Take-A-Lot. The bookstores and the print copies will only be in January, though.
And you don't have copies of the book to, to show us today on camera?
Unfortunately, I don't. They haven't sent me
Okay.
a draft copy yet. We're still at the editing, proofreading, that stage, formatting stage. So yeah, we're at that stage at the moment. So I don't have it. They will send me a draft copy, but I just don't have one yet.
How many copies are coming off the first print?
The first print will probably be, I'm going to stick probably with 100 and then take orders for the second print.
Oh, that's wonderful. Anything else you want to share with us regarding Beyond Her Silence? How long was the book in the writing phase? Was it a couple of months, couple of weeks?
No, I think it's taken the better part of this year.
Okay.
Because with different different writers, you have to chase them up, get the stories in, do the corrections, edit, etc. So it has been a process, but it's been such a worthwhile process. As I said, I think these women are absolutely amazing. They're very brave, very courageous to put their stories down and let other people read them. The other thing I'd like to talk about is the cover, which you can't see at the moment, but the vision of the cover was women having climbed over this mountain. They were on the descent going down, which really highlights the having circumvented all the problems and issues gotten over them, and now going towards a new sunrise. And I think it was a field full of flowers, and yeah, and I think that's a lot of these women as well.
Wonderful. Have you managed to get support from the brothers in our community? Have you passed it by any of the brothers and kind of comments from them?
Not yet, but I've heard rumblings. Oh, but men also have stories, and I welcome any men who would like to. If we want to put together a book on men's stories, I'm quite happy to do that. I think both sides, do have stories, so that would be quite interesting. So I'm very open to doing that.
Absolutely. What a different perspective. Okay,
Yes.
so we look forward to the launch of the book, inshallah. Let's talk about, you are currently working on the second edition of Soulful Sentiments. For people that don't know about your work and who you are and what you're about, would you like to talk to us about Soulful Sentiments, the first edition?
Yes, sure. It's a book of inspirational messages, stemmed originally from humor messages that I compose myself. I still do them. I still send them out every week. And it was, I think, after weeks and years of doing all of this, that people were approaching me and saying that it really helped them in some way or other. And I decided to put them all into a book. I think the second edition has evolved slightly. I think my messages have certainly become longer, but I think there's so much substance in them, and I still every week get somebody messaging me and telling me how it's helped them, how it's made such a difference, it's made them see things in a different light. So Alhamdulillah for that. I'm grateful, that it helps. That's always been my motto, to try and help wherever I can.
You're also compiling a coffee table book. Tell us about that.
Yes, yeah, I'm a member of a hiking group, and after years of hiking with the founder of the hiking group, which is Hike for Adventure, which is Muni Babayat, we've decided to put together a coffee table book of all the hikes the members have been on. So it will include all the pictures and write-ups, narratives about the hikes. And there's been some pretty amazing hikes as well. Yeah, it's going to be quite an
Oh,
interesting book.
so when can we look forward to getting our hands on that book?
Oh gosh, I haven't even started that process yet, but I would hope, inshallah, next year sometime, maybe mid-year or so. Yeah.
Okay, and when can we expect the second edition of Soulful Sentiments?
I'm about halfway through at the moment, and this time I'm trying to do it differently, because the first Soulful Sentiments, I took all the religious connotations out of the book. This time I decided to do two sort of prints, one with them in and one without them. Obviously, the ones without them, I think, would probably appeal to a certain genre, and the ones with them in will appeal to a different genre. So yeah, I'm hoping also by mid-year, possibly towards the end of next year. It's quite a lot of work to get it all together.
Okay, we're almost at the end of the interview, but I think I can't let you go without our viewers understanding who is this amazing lady, Farah-Dinah Ismail, who's managed to get a whole lot of women together to collaborate, to tell their stories. But then also, you put out the most beautiful Juma messages. I'm the recipient of those as well, and I look forward to them every Friday morning, alhamdulillah. And you and I have had the pleasure of meeting in person as well.
Yes.
So let our viewers understand who you are and how you're touching lives, alhamdulillah, in a very positive way.
I think I'm just somebody who's very positive. My kids find me annoying, I think, most of the time because I'm too positive. And I think I'm just sort of very inspirational. I look for inspiration. I want to impart it. And I want to help wherever I can. That's just been something I've been passionate about, I think, for most of my life. I just wish I'd have started my journey sooner, but it's never too late to start. So any budding authors out there, you're not too old or too late to start writing, start publishing, start doing whatever you want to do. There's no time frame.
Let's look at the literary world, the literary world. Yeah. And I kind of wonder with AI, with technology, with this very fast-paced world that we're living in, this instant age, are we still surrounded by a lot of readers and book lovers?
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. Yes. A lot of people still buy books. And I think a lot of people have the same feeling as I do. I still like to pick up a book. There's something about turning a page and smelling that new book feel kind of thing, and handling a book. So I think, yes, I don't think books are, at one stage I thought they may be on the out, but yeah, no, definitely not.
What has created this deep love of poetry, literacy, books, libraries, and all of that in you?
I think when I was still in school, my dad was an avid reader. We used to subscribe to the Reader's Digest. I don't know if you remember those, that we used to get lots of books from them. And he always encouraged us to read. And I think that carried on into my primary and high school, where I had English teachers who also encouraged me to read as well. And my essays, they were always, I won quite a few competitions just on essay writing. I think it's always been there. And I think along my journey, I've had a lot of people help me along the way and encourage me. But yeah, I think it's also having a good imagination as well.
Absolutely. I think that's where we're going to have to wrap up. I can't wait to get my hands on the book. Inshallah, if all goes
Um,
well, I will be at the book launch. It's
yes,
at the Barefoot Space. It's in Third Avenue in West Dean. But of course, we'll try and put out that information
yes,
closer to the time as well.
yes.
But you go well. Congrats on another achievement, and a huge achievement at that. And all the best to you and your collaborators. Go well, and I look forward to your future books as well. So go
Yes.
well. Once again, many congratulations, and assalamu alaikum to you.
Jazakallah so much. Wa alaikum salam.
That was Farah-Dinah Ismail, the author of Beyond Her Silence, a collaboration with 10 other women. But she also wrote Soulful Sentiments. A first and the second edition is obviously busy. She's busy working on it. And then also, inshallah, by mid next year, she's hoping to compile a coffee table book all about hiking, her hiking group. So that's where we leave it. Thank you indeed for your company. I certainly hope you've enjoyed the amazing discussions we've had with amazing women on the show. We've spoken to 5 women from different, different walks of life, but they all brought something so very special to the show this morning. And I salute each and every one of them. From me, Julie Ali, till the next time, you take care. We are entering silly season in about a week's time. Just remember the golden rules. You take it easy. Don't get flustered by a silly driver, irresponsible driver on the road. You just keep your, head very firmly on your shoulders, and remember the road rules and respect to each and every one. Till you and I get together again, as always, Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz.